Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. "161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence."
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Today's students on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years, never experienced before you arrive today, and never replicated after you graduate.
And welcome into the Nicolay Field on a Friday afternoon. Cloudy skies all over today, but that does not mean we cannot play baseball. We have just a single game today, out of conference series for these Adrian College Bulldogs. They are taking on the Eagles of Eastern Michigan University. Bulldogs all done with conference play to start the year, as these next few games they have this weekend are just wrapping up the year. So these games are simply to, improve the record at the end of the year. But the throw down from Lashaway goes down, which means we are ready to get started here. I'm Remington Gilniak alongside Tyler Ackerman. Tyler, what are you expecting to see today?
Well, the rain, I thought we were maybe not going to get any games, but luckily it cleared up for us, and the pitching is going to be a big thing throughout this game, and also the defense for Adrian, and we're going to see it right away.
Yeah, you mentioned the pitching. On the mound for the Bulldogs today is Matthias Neuenkirchen. Neuenkirchen in 25 innings this year is a 6.12 ERA, a 1.48 whip, a 23-6 strikeout to walk ratio, so a little bit of bad luck on batted balls. So McKirkin into the motion. We are underway. First pitch misses down low. These Eagles have always been a solid opponent for the Bulldogs. A lot of matchups every year. Probably the most played matchup between these teams at least 3 to 4 times a year. Someone's making the trip either here or over to Tecumseh. That one's lined into right field. That's going to get down. It's going to split Hall. The runner, Malenzik, around second. It's bobbled by Hudick in right field. He takes the stern and heads over to third base. He'll make it there standing up without a throw. It's going to be a leadoff hit for Ethan Malenzik.
That was just a mishap in right field. A couple of slides by the outfielders in right center, and a leadoff triple for the Eagles.
Now, as you mentioned, we did have rain a little bit before this game. The turf here at Nicolay Field kind of, maybe that ball is a little bit slick, kind of slips off the glove of a pair of Bulldogs outfielders. It wasn't just one. It was Hall and Hudick who struggled making that play. And first pitch, this at bat, chopped third base, fielded by Jermu, looks the runner back, throw over to first, and Aaron Becker is retired. Very nicely done by Neuenkirchen and Jermu working together there to get the out.
And Jermu just waited patiently there, just looking straight at him, and just waited, and timed it perfectly to get that out still.
So that's going to bring up Noah Mammon, the center fielder today for these Eagles, and an early RBI opportunity after it's at least a leadoff hit. So it's at least a hit for Malenzik. He's standing on third base, one away. Neuenkirchen comes set, working out of the stretch here in the top of the first. First pitch, breaking ball, called, strike, center cut. Maybe not the best pitch he could have thrown in that situation. Kind of a get-me-over breaking ball, but gets strike one. Comes set again, infield for the Bulldogs, still in. Fastball misses up and out of the zone. Neuenkirchen looking to work out of early trouble here. Outfield, standard depth. Infield, everyone with at least a toe in the infield grass here. Here's the 1-1. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Lashaway. It's going to move things 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, with those infielders in a little bit, any type of ball that's not near them is going to be extremely hard to get to because the reaction time is going to be a little bit more tougher to get.
1-2 to Mammon. Breaking ball misses down low. It's going to get by Lashaway. The runner, Malenzik, easily able to come in and score. And we have our first run of the ball game. It's going to score on the wild pitch off Neuenkirchen. It's going to make it 1-0 Eagles in the top of the first.
Yeah, that ball just got away kind of towards the feet of Mahab, and easy score. Not even really needed to slide, but still did it anyways, and Eagles up 1.
Now it's such a tough block for Lashaway there. As you mentioned, I think a good probably 3 balls into the batter's box. 2-2, swung on a miss. Neuenkirchen catches Mammon swinging. It'll be the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the Eagle first baseman, Holden Gates.
Yeah, it was a great pitch by Neuenkirchen there. Just after that wild pitch, he comes back with a nice breaking ball and gets him swinging.
So Gates, right-hander, open stance in the box. Neuenkirchen into the motion, first pitch to him. Another breaking ball down in the dirt, blocked by Lashaway. So now we have a moment. We'll take a look at the rest of the Bulldog defense. I already mentioned a few names. In the outfield, left to right, is Jack Florig, Brock Hudigan, Tyler Hall. Infield, left to right, Isaac Jermu, Jesse Leva, Ty Perrin, and Connor Davies. Doing the catching is Adam Lashaway. Of course, on the mound is Matthias Neuenkirchen. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike to the Eagle first baseman Holden Gates. Neuenkirchen back on the mound. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-1. Fastball called. Strike of the knees. Neuenkirchen's going to navigate through this Eagle lineup. That's going to be a big pitch for him today. Neuenkirchen into the motion. The 1-2. Spiked fastball down and away. Sliding grab by Lashaway. Keeps it in front. Count's going to move. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's important for Neuenkirchen to keep the pitch count down here in the first inning. The Bulldogs were scheduled for 2 today, but because of weather and other, we'll say, activities, only able to play 1 game today, but at least we got baseball. 2-2 to Gates, swinging a foul tip. Might have caught a piece of either Lashaway, the home plate umpire. Looks like he caught a piece of Lashaway there. He says it's all right, so we'll continue play. Now, if this isn't your first time tuning into an ACTV baseball broadcast, you may notice only 1 camera in use today. Had some pretty rough weather early on here, kind of disabled our center field cameras. The 2-2 just missed off the plate there. So only the 1 camera setup today. Fortunately, though, you should still be able to see all of the action today, including this full count pitch coming from Neuenkirchen here. Into the motion, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Eagles do put up a run in the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. We've played half an inning here at Nicolay Field. Eagles lead it 1-0. We'll head to a short break. Bottom of the first, right after this.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics. Brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning being ready to be played here. Before we get to that, let's take a look at this Bulldog starting lineup today. Leading off in center field is Brock Hudick. Second in left field is Jack Florig. Batting third, the shortstop, Jesse Leyva. Fourth, the right fielder, Tyler Hall. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Isaac Jermu. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Connor Davies. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, Corwin Allen. Eighth, doing the catching today is Adam Lashaway. And rounding out the order is the second baseman, Ty Perrin. On the mound today for the Eagles will be Miles Padgett. Padgett, a right-handed pitcher, not too tall in stature, kind of an awkward, straight over-the-top motion. So anytime you see an arm path like that, you're most likely going to see the fastball-curveball combination, as opposed to a two-seam slider combo. So as we wait for play to be started here in the first, we're going to take a look at the rest of the Eagle defense in this one. Outfield left to right is Jaden Malinzik, Noah Momond, and Matthew Price. Infield left to right is Marcel Couture, Jacob Zawit, Aaron Becker, Holden Gates, and then behind the plate is Ethan Malenzik. And on the mound is, of course, Miles Padgett. So Brock Hudick stepping up for the Bulldogs to lead things off. Padgett into the motion. First pitch to Hudick. That one down low in the dirt. Hudick comes into play today. Highest OPS and batting average in this Bulldog lineup. Looking to add on today. 1-0. Fastball misses way inside. Almost caught a piece of Hudick. Had to kind of bend out of the way there. Counts can move to 2 balls, no strikes.
Paddock also has a 9.95 ERA. So I think this game's going to be a little bit high scoring if I would just take a guess.
I mean, we already saw a run in the top of the first inning, and already Padgett is behind Hudick 3-0. Not a guy you want to put on base, especially via the walk. 3-0 to Hudick. Fastball, center cut. Called strike 1. Hudick taking all the way. Not much wind here at Nicolay Field. Flags in right field barely moving as Padgett goes into the 3-1. Ground ball sent out to shortstop. Fielded, bottled. Throw to first base. Will get away from the first baseman. Popped up in the air. However, Hudick, and it's going to roll into the dugout. Hudick will be awarded second base. It was Jacob Zwitt on the air there at shortstop. Looked like he had a beat on it. It was a relatively standard play for a shortstop, but simply overshot the first baseman Gates. Kind of hit the bottom of the fence down the first base line, which kind of ramps up. Shot straight up in the air with some wicked spin. Takes a bounce into the dugout. And Hudick gets on second base with nobody out.
Yeah, Zwitt bobbled that first one and then not even having it.
That one's going to get away from the catcher Malinzik there. It's going to allow Hudick to move into third for Jack Florick, who's in the two-hole today.
Well, as I was saying, he first bobbled it and then just tried to beat the throw and just no chance at all. Absolutely skied it off to the right.
So 1-0 now. Here's the pitch to Florick. Fastball misses down in it again. Malinzik has to slide to his right once again. We've already seen that a few times already. We've only seen one pitch in the zone so far from Paddock, and it was pretty much a middle fastball. That one's going to be chopped at the first baseman Gates. He'll step on the bag. Hudick forced to retreat to third base. Unproductive out there for Jack Florick. It's going to bring up the three-hitter, the shortstop, Jesse Leyva.
Yeah, that one just unfortunately straight to the first baseman. Easy step on the bag and made sure that Hudick wasn't going home.
So now the three-hitter Leyva up. Has been struggling as of late. Comes in with an OPS of 721. First pitch to him, fastball way down in it again. Just haven't seen pretty much any command so far from Paddock. Missing left, right, up, down. We've already had one get by the catcher. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another one before this inning ends. Just no command so far. 1-0, fastball called, strike. Catches the corner up and away. Leyva didn't like the call. Quickly turned around and stepped out of the box. Going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Corners for the Eagles playing in as now the middle moves in. The 1-1. Swinging a line drive. Base hit into right field. In comes Hudick to score. Jesse Leyva gets the job done here with 1 away. Drives in Brock Hudick. We have a tie ball game here in the bottom of the first. 1-1.
Yeah, it looked like Leyva was waiting for some type of change-up or curveball, but it was a fastball that came his way, and he was a little bit late on it, but worked out in his favor as it went to right field.
He's going to bring up Tyler Hall now, the right fielder. Leyva leading off of first. First pitch, fastball in the dirt, off the mask of Malinzik. It's going to allow Leyva to move in a scoring position here with 1 away. You know, I said wouldn't be surprised to see another one in the dirt. Speak of the matter, a couple pitches later, we see one go to the backstop once again. Another wild pitch, as that one about a 58-foot fastball. Count now, 1 ball, no strike. Big hole right side for the lefty Hall. Paddock steps off. Leyva doesn't move over there on second base. Gets a sign from Malinzik. Comes set. Checks on Leyva. Still looking at him. Here's the 1-0. Swinging a line drive. Well foul down the left field line. Hall was on it. Just a little bit late on that. Caught it a little too deep. Sent it foul down the left field line.
Yeah, that one on the trajectory of going possibly in the road, too. It's hit very hard by Hall.
Count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sure Paddock never got the scouting report on Leyva over there on second base. He's about to step off the bag. 1-1, line drive, right center field. That's going to get down. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Hall around first, Leyva around third. He will score. Hall not stopping, heading around second. He will make it into third. Stop sign comes up late from head coach Josh Knorr. It was a good relay throw from the Eagles. Nonetheless, Tyler Hall gets the job done, lacing an RBI triple into the gap. Bulldogs take the lead 2-1.
Yeah, head coach was waving him in for a second. I thought he was going to go home, trying to attempt the inside the Parker, but late call, like you mentioned, stops. But an amazing hit, just ripped that ball right up the right center field, and center field couldn't get to it in time, and he's got a triple.
You know, it was a good relay there by the combination of Mahmoud and I believe it was Becker, the second baseman on the relay. First pitch to Jermu, breaking ball in the dirt. I mean, the bulk of the throw was made by Becker, and it was a perfect one bouncer that had Hall come home, would have been fairly close, but I would lean towards he would have been out had Knorr sent him there. 1-0, fastball in the dirt, blocked by Malinsik. There was a pair of brothers on this team, Jaden and Ethan Malinsik. I hope I'm saying that name right. We were not given pronunciation charts. It's
Your
a
guess is as
complicated
good as
name.
mine.
2-0 to Jermu. Fastball misses down low. Long first inning here by Paddock, and really no command so far. It's been pitches nowhere near the zone or cookies down the middle, and these Bulldogs making all the right swing decisions so far. 3-0 to Jermu. Fastball kind of caught it off the hands there. Going to go foul down the first base line. Jermu's swinging 3-0 with a runner on first. I like the call there by Josh Knorr. Maybe not the best pitch to swing at. Most likely would have been a strike, but we've seen Jermu kind of stick the bat head out on outside pitches and drive it to right all season long. Here's 3-1. Fly ball sent foul well down the right field line into the construction zone of that new athletic dome going up down there.
Yeah, it's looking nice so far. Had that turf put in a couple of weeks ago. I just can't wait for the dome to get put up.
Count now 3-2 to Jermu. Hall leading off a third. Infield standard depth for the Eagles. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball off the pitcher's glove. Sliding stop. He will have no play. Jermu to first base. Hall comes in and scores. Bulldogs extend the lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the first.
I was just going to mention that Paddock found his way to get back into that count after being down 3-0 in it. And right away it just goes right off the tip of his glove and just fools Becker in second. And he's just not going to be able to get that up to get the out at first.
So it's the third hit of the inning for the Bulldogs. Back-to-back-to-back RBIs. They're not done yet. Connor Davies steps in as there's a courtesy throw by Paddock over to first. Jermu was about half a step off the bag, maybe a solid 8 inches off the bag. Just wanted to, let him know, hey, I know you're over there. Jermu, not a lot of speed. Don't expect him to really steal a bag here. Here's first pitch to Davies. Fastball in the dirt once again. This one knocked down by Malinsik.
Well, it's not like the Bulldogs have had to steal at all. They've had 2 wild pitches go their way and had to advance to runner position scoring. So there hasn't been a problem at all for the part of stealing, but more of just the pitches that get passed.
The throw from the first baseman Gates finally goes back to Paddock. Maybe a delay of game 5-yard penalty coming here as he's just kind of stepping off, lobbing it over there, not really accomplishing much. 1-0. Jermu was running. That one was fouled out of play. Davies with a good pitch to hit there. His fastball pretty much middle. Couldn't get the barrel around on it. As a result, sends it pretty much straight back. A little towards the third base side, though. Let's get even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jermu healthy lead off of first. Paddock comes set. Here's the count so far in this one. Took 6 batters for it to happen, but here we are. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Bulldog first baseman. Here's the pitch. Jermu running, and a bit of a fake steal attempt. Took a couple hard steps towards the second base bag. Decided, hey, didn't get the best jump there. I'm going to head back. Pitch missed up and away. He's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Could be cause maybe he had a slip on his just take off a little bit and he just went back.
Count now 2-2 to Davies. The pitch. Breaking ball. Misses just above the zone. Good take by Davies there. It's not a pitch you often see umpires give a pitcher, that high curveball. As a result, 3 balls, 2 strikes. We will likely see Jermu run here again. As Paddock comes set. Here's the pitch. Jermu running. Swinging a line drive. Base hit right field. Jermu around second. He heads to third. Throw from the right fielder will go all the way to third. Davies into second. The throw not in time. Davies takes the extra 90 feet on the throw. Bulldogs still in business here in the first inning. Second and third, 1 away.
Smart play there by Davies to go to second after that throw came from third. It wasn't cut off at all. It was just a straight line drive over to third. And he takes the gamble and pays off for him, and he has himself a double.
Really surprised Matthew Price, the right fielder, even threw that ball all the way to third. By the time that ball landed, Jermu was a good 3 steps around second base. Really had no shot at him. It's going to bring up Corwin Allen. First pitch to him. Fastball misses in the dirt. Scooped up by Melanchik.
Yeah, it's because Jermu took that lead off right away because it was a 3-2 count. He was running no matter what.
Count's going to be 1 ball, no strike for the power-hitting right-hander for the Bulldogs. 1-0, fastball in the dirt again. Good stop once again by the Eagle catcher. Man, anytime a guy has a tough name to say, I'm going to have to say it about 300 times in a game.
Hey, well, luckily they got 2 of them out there, so you're going to be saying them a lot.
Here's the 2-0 to Allen. Fastball misses well above the zone. 3 balls, no strikes. The catcher Lashway waiting on deck. This has been a long first inning for the Bulldogs. Seen a lot of pitches so far. Just good at bats overall by the Bulldogs so far. 3-0. Allen taking all the way. Fastball called. Strike at the knees.
It's been a lot of pitches because we've seen that 3-0 count at least twice now, maybe even 3 times throughout this bottom of this first inning.
I mean, with 1 away in the inning, this is going to be Pattit's 31st pitch. And it's going to be a ball. It's going to result in a walk for Corwin Allen. It's going to load him up and bring up the Bulldog catcher, Adam Lashaway.
What a great opportunity here. What you just don't need is a ground ball. It could create a double play. Anything in the air in the outfield will even help too.
So middle and double play depth, corners, toes on the infield grass. Big holes in the left and right side for Lashaway to find. First pitch, breaking ball, called, strike. Wasn't received particularly well by the catcher. Umpire gives him the call nonetheless. Paddock comes set. 0-1 to Lashaway. Swing and a miss. Pretty much a center cut fastball there. It looked like the four-seamer. Lashaway way out in front of it, swings through it.
Yeah, he saw that pitch coming and he was jumping for joy just a little bit early on it though.
So Lashaway got to be put in battle mode now. As here's the 0-2. Fastball in the dirt once again. Knocked down by the catcher. Went for the little deke there. Not sure if it was intentional or not. I'm sure it was. Ball found his glove pretty much immediately. Kind of looked around like, where is it? In his glove the whole time, trying to get a runner to bite. I'm going to say he was unsuccessful.
No. Yes, he definitely was unsuccessful.
Got his 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lashaway. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball up high. Even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now we've seen that curveball start at the eyes of these Bulldogs, drop into the zone. Home plate umpire not willing to give him that call, and rightfully so. The pitch is not a strike. It's crossing the plate at the chin. It's refreshing to see an umpire not reward a pitch like that. 2-2 to Lashaway. Called strike. Now, that should be strike 3. Everyone kind of standing around. Home plate umpire might have forgotten the count. Yeah, they're going to call Lashaway out.
Oh, man.
You know, baseball's a great game. Every time you go to a game, you will see something different.
That
a
was
2-2 count.
the most confusing thing ever.
I thought I was right. We got our scoreboard guy up here. It was a center cut fastball to get Lashaway. And just a standard strike call. Everyone kind of stands around wondering what just happened. And eventually Lashaway heads back to the bench. Ty Perrin up now. Swings to the first one.
He probably thought he got away with one too. He was just sitting there. He was like, oh my, they have no idea.
Perrin drops a bunt down. It's going to be a beauty down the third base line. The pitcher slips. Perrin reaches first base. Wow. What a bunt by Ty Perrin. Got the fastball down and away exactly where you want to bunt it. Lays down a beauty. The pitcher Paddock never even dreamt of a play.
Oh, that was very unexpected and just absolutely perfect. And the slip again, we've seen a lot of these fielders slip right so far, the turf with the wetness.
Swinging a ground ball, base hit left field from Hudick. Davies in to score. Here comes Allen around third. The throw is not in time. Allen in to score. Hudick into second base. It is a 2-run single. The Bulldogs already with 6 runs in the first inning.
Well, we mentioned the ERA for Paddock to start this game, and the Bulldogs have just been laying it on, the pressure. Every single ball that's just kind of just been in the middle, a little bit of a meatball just coming through, and Bulldog offense on all cylinders right now.
So we're going to have a mound visit now. That pitch was the 39th pitch from Miles Paddock here in the first inning. Got to imagine they just give the kid a break, man. Still out there. If we do see a pitching change, which they're going to keep Miles Padgett out there.
I mean, he's got 2 outs. Like, I would just think make it through the rest of this inning, but now you have 2 runners in scoring position as well. It's just the pressure's on him completely here. Needs an out.
6-1 Bulldogs, and they're not done yet. First pitch to Florig, breaking ball in the dirt. Last time up, Florig had a similar situation, runner on third. That one with 1 out, ended up grounding over to the first baseman, Gates. Looking to kind of redeem himself here, pick up an RBI, maybe 2. Florig calls time as Padgett take a long time to, pick his pitch and come set. Padgett shakes again, gets the one he wants and comes set. 2 on, 2 out, Jack Florig at the plate. First pitch. Fastball called, strike inside corner. Actually, second pitch of the AB there. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Man, such a big time difference between that first and that second one. I didn't even know that was the second pitch of that at bat.
So the count is 1-1. Florig ready. The pitch. Swinging a chopper. Sent over the head of Padgett. It's going to be a tough play for the shortstop. Throw to first. Not in time. Florig beat it. It's going to be an RBI infield single for Florig. And what a first inning for the Bulldogs. 7-1 here in the first.
And that one was just a chopper that just went right over Padgett's head, and no chance for the shortstop to get that ball and get it over in time. Another infield base hit.
Yeah, the turf field here at Nicolay Field, Florig just kind of hit it right into the ground, and shortstop never had a play. First pitch, Leyva called, strike outside corner. Not sure if you picked up on that, but Florig just kind of looked at Coach Kenor down there at third asking to go, and I think he's going to go here as there he goes. High, pitch is high. Florig into second base without a throw. It's going to be second and third, 2 outs once again.
What a pickup by you. That was insane. I didn't even recognize that at all.
A lot of little things happen in baseball. If you've never really sat down here at the Nick and paid attention to every little thing, highly recommend it. 1-1. Swinging a ground ball down the third base line. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Jesse Leyva. So 1-2 now. 2 on, 2 out, 7 runs already in the inning here for the Bulldogs. Padgett comes set, looking to end his nightmare inning. The 1-2 fastball misses well above the zone. Man, that was the 46th pitch from Miles Padgett in the first inning. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy throw 46 pitches in the first inning.
In counting, too. Let's see if he gets to 50.
Here's the 2-2 to Leyva. Playing a fly ball sent foul down the right field line into the parking lot. Good luck to anyone parked out there. Oh, with the construction going on, the hitting facility parking lot is mostly closed right now. So pretty much your only option is to park in what I like to call the danger zone.
Yeah.
A lot of foul balls end up over there.
I parked my car far, far away.
2-2 to Leyva, swinging a line drive right center field. That one's going to get down. In comes Hudick. Florig around second. He'll score without a throw. Jesse Leyva gets his second RBI knock in the inning. This one drives in 2. It is 9-1 Bulldogs in the first inning.
Man, you have to expect some type of mound visit or something right now, because Padgett is just absolutely getting rocked right now. I almost feel bad for the kid.
Oh my goodness, they're leaving him out there. You said it. I'm feeling bad for him. I'm feeling bad. First pitch to Hall, called strike inside corner, generous call. It's kind of something you'll see in baseball. There's a term, big score, big zone. And 9-1 in the first inning, you're going to see that come into play. 0-1, fastball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Leyva moves into second. Another runner in scoring position here in the first inning. That was the 50th pitch of the outing so far for Miles Padgett.
Well, he made it there. He got to 50. Just got to get out of it, man. Just got to get out of this inning.
That one swinging a foul tip off the mask of Malensik.
Went right up to us in the booth up here. Luckily, there was a netting.
Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leyva off of second. Here's the pitch to Hall. Swing and a miss. Courtesy throw down to first base to finish the play. But that's going to do it for the first inning here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead it 9-1 as they score 9 runs on 8 hits. What a first inning. 9-1 Bulldogs. You're watching Adrian College Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Welcome back. Top of the second inning here at Nicolay Field. Bit of an interesting start to this one. Looking up at the score, 9-1 Bulldogs after 1 inning of play. It has been 26 minutes since Matthias Neuenkirchen has thrown a pitch. He's back out there for the second inning, faces 5, 6, 7. He goes into the windup, first pitch. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Neuenkirchen. Gets Cooter, I'm going to say it's Cootere.
I would agree with you. I think Cootere is a good shout for that name.
Just a flail and a miss there. Anytime you get a swing like that, you know you got something working. As the throw from Lashley back to Neuenkirchen was a little wide, gets past him and into center field. So we got a new ball. It's pretty much anything put into play is, going to be recycled to be used later, as it's wet out there still. Slight drizzle right now here. That one sent out to second base. Perrin Fields. Throw over to Davies at first. And there's one away in the inning.
2 pitches. That's all it took to get the first out. I don't know what the difference that was between this inning and the last inning in the bottom.
Speaking of different styles, it's going to bring up Miles Padgett, who's still probably trying to catch his breath. After throwing 52 pitches in the first inning, takes his first at-bat here. First pitch from Neuenkirchen, breaking ball. Ugly swing and a miss there from Padgett. Kids these days call that one a sword.
Sword?
So that is when the batter, a swing like that, kind of a check swing, like a half-hearted attempt, as that one's going to be popped to second base. Perrin over, he'll put the squeeze on it. Padgett chucks the bat down to the ground in frustration. Quickly 2 away here in the top of the second inning.
I mean, I feel bad for him. He just threw 50-something pitches, and now he has to go at bat and try to have any type of muscle to get that ball in the outfield, and he couldn't do it.
It's going to bring up Matthew Price now. First pitch, fastball spiked down and away for ball 1. If you're Matthew Price here, you just got to give yourself a lengthy at bat. Let your pitcher and catcher just kind of breathe in the dugout. They were out there for 26 minutes. It's only the first inning. You really just got to put together an at-bat here and hopefully get on base, just help your guys out. 1-0, cut and miss. Good two-seamer inside from Neuenkirchen there.
Yeah, if Neuenkirchen can get out of this inning quickly, Bulldog offense is going to be licking their chops to get back at a tired defense for Eastern.
1-1, breaking ball, called, strike outside corner. Good pitch there. That one just caught the corner, looked like the slider. Neuenkirchen. It's going to move things 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Price wasn't happy about it at all. He had some words to whisper to himself.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes, and that's going to do it here in the top of the second inning. Neuenkirchen sits him down 1-2-3. We've played 1.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead it 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome to Adrian College, where we believe in educating both the heart and the mind. With over 100 innovative academic programs and 10 cutting-edge institutes, you'll find a path that's right for you. Join our vibrant community of over 50 athletic teams and discover why we're recognized as a U.S. News & World Report Most Innovative Institution. Adrian College, where passion meets purpose. Your future starts here.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the second inning here. We have a new mound for the Eastern Michigan University Eagles. It is Nolan Fowler. Tyler, what do you got on him?
Well, he's pitched 37 innings, and he's got an ERA of 8.76. He's won a game. He's lost 3. So going into this game, already down by 8, his main goal is just to get out of the inning as fast as possible because that first inning, 50-something pitches for Padot, he can't have that as a replica of the second inning.
So Jermu steps in for his second at-bat of the game here. First pitch, swinging a line drive sent foul. Right off the facing of the stands here at Nicolay Field. Probably put a pretty decent dent in it. What made a nice loud sound.
Anybody that was kind of sleeping through that bottom of the first is now definitely woken up over there.
I mean, I don't know about you, Tyler. It is beautiful outside. We don't have sunshine right now, but we've had sunshine the last couple days, so I'm okay with a little bit of cloud cover. Ground ball, base hit into left field. Jermu gets his start in the second inning for the Bulldogs, and we may be seeing a repeat of last inning.
That's a possibility, but as you mentioned, I love this weather as well. It's just a nice little chill, a couple of breezes here and there, but nothing else to it. The sun isn't beating down on me, which is wonderful because I'll get burned in a matter of 5 seconds. So I'm happy about this weather today.
It's going to bring up Connor Davies. First pitch, breaking ball, called strike outside corner. Last time up, Davies singled into right field. Later came around and scored. So Jermu leads off of first base. Fowler comes set. 0-1 to Davies. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop by Malinchik. Keeping things up, 1 ball, 1 strike. You know, Tyler, I've always been a big clouds guy. Obviously, I love the sun. But I overheat.
Overheat real quick?
I overheat. Especially if I'm going on a long drive, I want cloud cover. I don't want the sun beating down on me. I want it to be warm, but I want that cloud cover, that 73, 74 degrees.
Yeah.
It's my ideal day.
Yeah, especially when that sun just starts beating down on you and you got nowhere else to go, really.
Jermu running the throw down, not going to be in time. Jermu swipes second easily. The pitch was a ball to Davies. Going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Another man in scoring position for the Bulldogs.
As I was saying, you got that sun just being down on you the whole entire time. Sometimes my AC doesn't work in my car either, so that's a big pain. But cloud cover, always love it.
So Fowler comes set. Here's the 2-2 to Davies. Swinging a line drive. Base hit right field. Jermu rounding third. He'll stay put. Davies at first base. That's an not an RBI. I used to say an RBI hit. Standard single for Davies. Going to put runners on the corners. Nobody away. And it's going to bring up the designated hitter, Corwin Allen.
Yeah, it was a good play by Price there in right field just to get that ball quickly and hit his man and make sure that the runner from third didn't score and this game stays 9-1.
Bulldogs at the bottom of the corners. Allen up. First pitch. Swinging tap foul. Sent straight back. Allen saw when he liked first pitch. Took a good pass at it. Just a little out in front, and they got it off the end. Fowler comes set once again. Davies off of first. Gets a great jump. Allen swung through that one, and they're going to call the foul ball, actually.
Yeah, I think it barely touched the end of his bat there. And fortunately for Davies, he has to go all the way back.
I always hated that as a base runner. Fortunately, in a lot of high school and youth baseball, catchers get a courtesy runner. I was a catcher, so I didn't run a lot of bases for a while. 0-2, another breaking ball from Fowler. Third straight. That one sent foul again off the bat of Allen. Now Now, do we see a fourth straight breaking ball here from Fowler? Allen not really on any of these. Find out here. Davies running the pitch, swinging a tapper, sent to the mound. Fowler fields, throw over to first base. Allen is retired. Davies in the second. The runner on third, Jermu, forced to stay there. It's an unproductive out for the Bulldogs. However, they still have runners on second and third with only one away.
Yeah, luckily Davies was already running there, so there was no chance of a double play. And now they got two in scoring position.
It's going to bring up Lashaway. Struck out his last time up. First pitch to him. Breaking ball. Almost hits him in the head. Ducks out of the way of that one. First pitch ball, once again, from a Eagle pitcher.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he was able to duck in time there. Otherwise, he got one right off the noggin.
1-0 to Lashaway. Fastball. Called. Strike on the outer edge. Said something before about big score, big zone. Definitely an example of it there. It's going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Man, especially a catcher, you're giving him a call like that. He's going to show bunt, and he's going to get it down. They're going to flip home, try to get the runner, and they're going to call him out. It was a close play at home. They end up calling Jermu out at home. Lashaway with an unsuccessful squeeze attempt. It's going to be 2 away in the inning. Runners on the corners.
Yeah, I think Jermu just slid a little bit too early there. If he took an extra step and then would have slid, I think he would have been safe. But since he slid early, he was kind of just on the ground there for a little bit too long, and the play was made perfectly.
Swing a Ty Parent now. First pitch. Fly ball left field, not deep. Marinzik under it. He'll put the squeeze on it. That's going to do it for the second inning here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs threaten but do not score. We've played 2. Bulldogs lead this one 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Top of the third inning, being ready to be played here. Matthias Neuenkirchen back to work. He will face 8-9-1 in this Eagle lineup. A lineup that is still, nope, they do have their first hit. I was going to say looking for their first run, but they also have one of those. Apparently I can't read my own scorecard. So this inning, it is Jacob Zawit, Jaden Marincic, and then Ethan Marincic. So still waiting on the catcher Lashaway to get his gear on. As here he comes out of the dugout finally. And I'll tell you, as a former catcher, it's one of my biggest pet peeves. You know, it does not take more than about 20 to 25 seconds to get your gear on. So the throw goes down to second base, which means we are ready for action here in the top of the third inning. As I mentioned, 8-9-1 due up for these Eastern Michigan University Eagles. Starting to see some motion down in the Bulldog bullpen. It looks like Colton Hicks starting to hit the bands down there. Pretty good crowd here on a Friday afternoon on both sides of things. A lot of gold, a lot of green. So first pitch of the inning, breaking ball spiked in the dirt, gets by Lashaway. Count is going to be 1-0 to the shortstop, Jacob Zawit.
Another hard name to pronounce, of course.
Of course, it always is. It always is. 1-0 from Neuenkirchen. Swinging a ground ball, third base. Jermu fields at the waist. Throw over to Davies at first. And Zawit is retired.
Nice play there by Jermu. Just to wait a little bit, make sure he gets the throw accurate there. And nice and easy play for him.
It was a good changeup by Neuenkirchen. Kind of a glove side changeup to the right-handed hitting Zawit. Just got him to roll over on it, a 1-1 count. You're kind of sitting fastball a lot of spots, but he changes things up with the changeup. Gets the rollover. So that's going to bring up the left fielder, Jaden Marinzik. He's going to follow the first pitch he sees back to the screen. 0-1 to him.
Tough last name, but an easy first name, though. Luckily for us up here.
Well, I found a way to mess it up, so looks like I got to step up my game here. Neuenkirchen, glove comes up into the motion. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, bloop down the third base line. Going to go foul off the fence down there.
A couple of fans got scared there for a second that ball was going to get over.
Well, I mean, it had the trajectory, just about had an exit velocity of about 35 miles an hour there. Kind of caught it a little bit too deep compared to where you're supposed to catch a breaking ball. It's going to move things. No balls, 2 strikes. Neuenkirchen gets the sign he wants. Into the motion. Turns, kicks, fires. The pitch. Swinging a tapper in front of the plate. And it's going to be foul. Luckily for Lashway, it did in fact go foul. Looked like the changeup once again just kind of beat immediately into the ground by Marinzik. And Lashway just couldn't find it. Kind of turned around, looked forward. The whole time, it was right in front of his feet.
It'll happen sometimes, especially with those balls that might go right back into fair territory, and gotta make sure that it doesn't, and he luckily did before it had even a chance.
Here's the 0-2 once again. Swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes. Lashway throws to first to complete the play. Neuenkirchen picks up his 4th strikeout already. 2 away in the inning. It's going to flip the lineup over for Ethan Marinzik.
Yeah, he's been playing absolutely beautiful so far through almost 3 innings, 4 Ks, and not many problems at all.
Here's the first pitch. Fastball called. Strike. Good spot there by Neuenkirchen. Fastball hits the corner down and away. Gets ahead of Marinzik 0-1. Neuenkirchen shakes. Finally gets the one he wants. Comes set. In the motion. Here's the 0-1. Fastball down low. It's getting things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Looking at this defensive alignment for the Bulldogs, everyone's shallow in the outfield, especially looking at left. Florg, very shallow. Hudick, very shallow. Hall, pretty much standard depth with the lefty at the plate. 1-1, breaking ball, leaked at arm side. It's going to move the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Anytime you got a hitter, I'm not throwing shade at Marinzik, but he is smaller in stature. Typically, you're not going to have as much power, so you're going to see your outfielders kind of move it in a little bit. As you don't really expect to be burned. 2-1, fastball called, strike, outer edge. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the Eagle catcher. If he were to reach, it'd be Aaron Becker waiting on deck. Gets a sign from Lashway. The 2-2 from Neuenkirchen. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop there. It's going to load things up. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
And an important pitch here for Neuenkirchen. Trying to get out of this inning early again.
Neuenkirchen through 2 2/3 has thrown 34 pitches. 23 of them strikes. Very good ratio for any pitcher. Over 60%. Looking to finish off the 3rd here. Here's the 3-2. Fastball just off the outside edge. Malinzik draws the walk. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Aaron Becker.
And this is big for the Eagles, trying to get something back into this game, trying to climb themselves back as they're down by 8, and they've already got 2 outs in this inning. 2-out rally would be huge for them.
So as Becker climbed in there, you see the strap on his elbow guard kind of came loose. Thankfully for him, the home plate umpire grants it. So 1 on, 2 out for the Eagles here. Neuenkirchen works out of the stretch, checks on the runner. First pitch to Becker. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good stop there by Lashway, right into his glove there. Not sure if it ever made it to the dirt. But Lashway dropped down to both knees as if it was heading towards the dirt.
Well, he's got to make sure no matter what. I mean, I bet you would know as a catcher more than I would to make sure that ball does not become a wild pitch.
I'm not a great example of it. In a 9-1 ball game, I'm typically setting up on one knee. Anything in the dirt, I'm just throwing the glove at it. But typically you will see catchers with a runner on kind of be more secure with it, always drop down on the knees, even if it's kind of a borderline thing. So it kind of just depends on the guy. That one chopped up the middle, fielded by Perrin. In the same stride, he'll step on the bag. It's going to do it in the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits. We've played 2.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Before we get to that, we want to remind you to stay connected with all the action by following at Adrian College TV on social media. From game highlights to campus events, we have got you covered. Don't miss a moment. Follow at Adrian College TV today. So bottom of the third inning now. Feels like every single time I'm talking Bulldogs are hitting, as it's pretty much been the case here. We've been playing baseball for about 51, 52 minutes now. I think the Bulldogs have been hitting for roughly 35 to 40, somewhere in that range, just especially that first inning, over 26 minutes. Took the Bulldogs in the first inning, put up a 9 spot. However, the Eagles came around in the second inning. Nolan Fowler has simply pumped strikes for him, kind of keeping them not in the ball game, but keeping the game moving. 15 pitches, 12 strikes last inning. They're hoping for more of the same here, but he's going to be tasked with the top of the Bulldog lineup. It'll be Hudick, Florig, and Leyva here in the third inning for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Fowler was able to get out of that jam he put himself in with runners on second and third. So hopefully he can follow up that save with another good inning.
So Hudick steps in, Fowler set. First pitch. That was going to be fouled away, sent straight back. It was an elevated fastball there from Fowler. Hudick a little late on it. Man, what is going on in that Bulldog dugout right now? 0-1, breaking ball, leaked at arm side, going to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. It almost sounds like when you go to a professional game, they kind of have like the over the PA system. Those I don't know what they call it, the crowd work. That one blooped, sent over to the third baseman Couteret. He'll put the squeeze on it. Hudick is retired.
I know what you're talking about though. I mean, they have like the PA people. Either have like some type of chant, or maybe like they're hitting something 3 times and you're hearing a "Let's Go Bulldogs."
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're hearing from the Bulldog dugout right now. So first pitch to Jack Florig, fastball outside. Florig 1 for 2 so far in this one. Has an RBI and a run scored. Looking for more offense here in the third. The 1-0 swinging a pop-up down the third base line. Couteret over, but it'll head out of play. Let's get even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike to Florig.
We've seen a couple of late swings by the Bulldogs so far in this inning. A couple of foul balls on our left side here.
While Fowler much more velo than Paddock, doesn't throw particularly hard, but when compared to a guy like Paddock who's going to rely more on movement and control, when you get a guy like Fowler in, who's a little bit more firm with the fastball, with a bit of a sharper breaking ball, you're going to start to see swings like that. 2-1 to Florida, ground ball, right side, sliding, stop by Gates, race to the bag, and Fowler's going to win it, and Florig is retired on that one. Very nice play by the Eagle first baseman.
Yeah, Gates there able to quickly get to that ball, and a nice little slide on this wet turf, and It was a good play by Fowler to recognize that Gates wasn't going to be able to get to first on his own and sprinted over there and beat Floric.
And we've seen it so many times just this season when a first baseman makes a play like that. There's simply no one at first to flip the ball to. So good baseball IQ by Fowler, kind of instinctively heading over to first base. First pitch to Leyva, breaking ball misses over his head. One ball, no strikes.
We've seen that a couple times now. Fowler's miss on that breaking ball is that top left, and with a batter like Layla, it kind of just gets a little bit too close for him.
Ground ball up the middle, sliding stop by the shortstop, but the throw well over the first baseman Gates' head. Leyva is going to reach on the E6.
Yeah, lucky for the Bulldogs there. Another error by the shortstop. Seen two of them so far in this game.
I mean, it was a really nice stop by Jacob Zawit to even get to that ball, moving to his left, made the sliding stop. Very athletic play, popped up quickly, but never really gripped that one. Had to let it fly and just sailed it over Gates' head. First pitch to Hall, fouled back. No balls, one strike to the Bulldog right fielder.
Another late swing by another Bulldog in this inning.
So Leyva leads up first, not much speed for him. Fowler still checks on him. Comes set. Right as I say that, he's going to throw over to first base. Leyva back easily. So Hall waiting the 0-1. Fowler set. Here it is. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Hall didn't really get a piece of that one. It's going to get to the backstop. Leyva able to move in a scoring position here with two away, but the count is going to be no balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Hall.
I was going to mention the difference between Paddock and Fowler with the check off there is that Fowler actually throws the ball over to first compared to what Paddock did was that nice little just toss.
Oh, breaking ball outside corner to Hall. Generous call. Gives them the backwards K. Another scoreless inning for the Bulldogs. We've played 3 here at Nicolay Field. They lead this one 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 4th inning. A lot of subs here for the Bulldogs, including on the mound. It's going to be Colton Hicks for the Bulldogs, team leader in ERA so far this year. As looking around the diamond, I'll do my best for these subs here. So I believe starting out at third base, Isaac Jermu is out of the game. Andrew Walker takes his place. In left field, that looks like Carson Meister in place of Jack Floric. No, Floric moved into center. I believe Brock Hudick's day is done. Looking in right, that is Nate Linder, most likely replacing Tyler Hall. At second base, it is Javier Rosa Franco in for Ty Perrin. And then behind the plate is going to be Damon Harris in place of Adam Lashaway.
I'm happy that you know all the switches because I had zero clue that there was any other switches besides a pitcher and catcher. So I am very happy that you recognize all of that for the viewers as well as me.
The 1-0 from Hicks. Fastball misses just below the zone to the Eagle 3-hitter. That is Noah Mammon as he is ahead of Hicks. 2 balls, no strikes. So Hicks working out of the windup. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a fly ball, left field. Meister heading back. He's not going to get this one. It's going to get down, go all the way to the ball. Momman rounding first. He heads to second base. He will stop there without a throw. Lead-off double here for the Eagles here in the top of the fourth.
Just a good swing, and unfortunately couldn't get to it out there in left field, and luckily not as fast of a runner. It was only a double.
Man, the best part about all these substitutions, my scorecard. Now, it's already hanging on by a thread after that first inning, but we're mostly caught up now, and about half this Bulldog lineup just switched. So it's going to be a rough one. That one, line drive, foul down the left field line. But boy, was it crushed by Holden Gates.
Yeah, he got all of that one. Just swinging just a little touch too early. Otherwise, that would have been an awesome hit for him and probably an RBI as well.
Hicks, not a power guy, going to rely on kind of his command, his movement, and the way he's able to set up hitters. A first pitch, a middle fastball to a four-hitter, not what Hicks is looking for. 0-1. That's going to be a middle fastball, called strike. Counts a move to no balls, 2 strikes.
I don't think Gates was looking for that pitch at all. I mean, he didn't expect that pitch at all after that first one that he absolutely roped.
After you're so out in front of the first pitch, coming back with a fastball takes some real guts. So Hicks out of the stretch. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Fastball on the outer edge. Beautifully located by Hicks. There's now 1 away here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, you said it perfectly there, Remy. It was just a fastball that he's seen before, but that was just beautifully placed, and he was expecting it to be middle again, but it's that bottom right of the corner of the strike zone is where he gets the out.
So that's going to bring up the third baseman, Marcel Coudray. Hicks comes set, first pitch. Fastball, called, strike. Fastball down and away. It's been Hicks' go-to pitch so far. Again, only, 6, 7 pitches in, but we've already seen that one a few times and gets ahead of another Eagle hitter here. So Hicks gets the sign. The runner Momman around second. Not big off the bag. His big swing and a miss from Coudray. Hicks threw him the changeup, and, well, he could have swung twice on that one. Very out in front of it there.
Yeah, even just himself with a bat and frustration on how that ball was pitched to him. He thought he can get that one almost out of the park.
So count now, no balls, 2 strikes. The Eagle third baseman. Here's the pitch. Fastball, rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3, called on the outer edge. Hicks gets back-to-back strikeouts. Is now 1 out away of pitching around the leadoff double.
Yeah, it was the same pitch that got his first strikeout, that bottom and out and away pitch fastball that gets the Eagles.
It's going to bring up Miles Padgett now. First pitch to him, breaking ball, called, strike on the outer edge. Look at the curveball. Sorry, it is not Miles Padgett. It is Nolan Fowler in the box right now. No matter who the Eagle hitter is, he just watched a backdoor breaking ball cross the zone for strike 1. So Hicks comes set, glove comes down to the waist. Here's the 0-1 to Fowler, swing and a miss. Blew the fastball by Fowler. Ever since that leadoff double, Hicks is locked in another 0-2 count here.
Yeah, just gave himself just a couple of pitches to get ready and get set, and he's been on fire ever since.
So Hicks gets the one he wants. He comes set. Momman on second. Here's the 0-2 to Fowler. Swinging a line drive. Foul down the first base line. Just snuck over the fence there. Davies took the courtesy jog over to it. Really had no shot. Count remains. No balls. 2 strikes. Hicks gets the sign he wants. He comes set. No one holding on Momman at second. Looking for his 3rd consecutive strikeout. Hicks into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Fastball spiked in the dirt. It's going to get past Harris. The runner, Momman, got a late jump. However, he's going to make it in the 3rd easily. Harris a little lackadaisical getting to that one back there.
Yeah, I think he just missed the ball a couple of times when he went to go pick it up.
Yeah,
but fortunately for him, I mean, the play wasn't there at 3rd anyways, so runner moved on to 3rd.
The count's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes to Nolan Fowler. Hicks comes set, works on the first base side of the rubber. Here's the 1-2 to Fowler. Fastball misses down in the zone. Count moves 2 balls, 2 strikes. Eagles looking for their second run of the ball game here. It's 9-1 Bulldogs here in the top of the 4th. Hicks comes set once again, glove at the waist. Here's the 2-2 to Fowler. Swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes. Went with a high changeup there. After a leadoff double, Hicks strikes out 3 consecutive Eagles. We've played 3.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead this one 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Bulldog fans, welcome to the home of Adrian College Athletics, brought to you by Adrian College Television. Follow us on social media to be connected to the latest broadcasts, news, highlights, and more. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, X, and TikTok. ACTV's social media handle is at Adrian College TV on all platforms. Thank you to all of our fans who tune in to support us at ACTV.
Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th inning. Nolan Fowler out for his 3rd inning of work in relief. So with all the substitutions for the Bulldogs, we're finally going to get confirmation this inning as to, where we actually are in terms of who came in for who. I know who came into the game, but the matter is who came in for who. So the one that is confirmed right now, it is Andrew Walker in place of Isaac Jermu. He is in the 5th spot in the lineup. It's 5, 6, 7 duo for the Bulldogs. So I believe it should be Walker, Davies, and Allen. First pitch to Walker, wave and a miss. It's like either a slider or a cut fastball on the outer edge. Good pitch there from Fowler. Gets ahead of Walker. No balls, 1 strike.
Coming in relief, Fowler has done a great job to weather the storm of this Bulldog offense for sure.
0-1. Pretty much the same pitch there. This one a little bit more center cut. No balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, it's a good pitch there. Definitely left to right movement out of the, moves away from a right-handed hitter. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball misses inside. Walker has to bend out of the way of it. Man, the one thing that sticks out, I can't stop looking at his batting gloves.
Yeah, the pink, the hot pink too. What it is. Maybe it'll help him give him some power here.
1-2 to Walker. Fastball misses in the zone. It's going to get away from the catcher. So good job from Walker to battle back in this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I don't know if he maybe wants to stick out on camera. That might be a thought going in his head. So I'm good buddies with Drew Walker. So it sounds like something he would do. Here's the 2-2 from Fowler. Breaking ball misses well down and away. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. After Fowler was ahead in this one, no balls, 2 strikes. Walker worked it all the way back to full. See if he can win it here. So Fowler shakes, gets the one he wants, comes set. Glove at the waist. Into the motion. Here's the 3-2 to Walker. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Good battle here from Andrew Walker.
Yeah, it looked like Walker slipped on as he was following through with his swing a little bit. Otherwise, he would have belted that one probably off to left field of some sorts.
So here's the 3-2 payoff once again. That one down in the dirt. Great at bat there from Andrew Walker. He works the leadoff walk. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Connor Davies.
You can just tell Fowler was shaking his head the whole entire time when he got that ball back. And he's got to just get that one out of his memory and focus on the next one.
First pitch to Davies. Fastball called. Strike on the outer edge. I've said it already a few times. When the strike zone is this, when the score's this big, the strike zone's going to match that. Umpires are human. It's a Friday afternoon. They want to go home. But not Davies. Line drive, base it into left field. Walker takes a big turnaround second. But he's going to think better of it and retreat back there. Davies gets his third hit of the ball game here. It's going to be first and second for the Bulldogs. And we are going to have a pinch hitter. It is going to be Luke Pope, who will move into the 7th spot and play DH. So Pope here gets his first at-bat of the day. Big RBI opportunity. Fowler into the motion. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive, foul. Sent right over the seats down the third base line. No batting gloves here for Pope. Little surprised to see that.
I was literally about to say the same exact things. We went from hot pink gloves to no gloves at all.
Nice little contrast there. Fowler holds the set for a long time into the motion. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses off the plate away. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the power hitting lefty for the Bulldogs. Obviously, Luke Pope is a senior. And, you're not going to want to miss the broadcast on Sunday. Senior day for these Bulldogs. The 1-1 missed away. Pope swing there. 2 balls, 1 strike now. So favorable matchup for the Bulldogs. Looking to give their seniors a goodbye. Throw to second base, trying to catch Walker lean and kind of drills him in the ribs. Yeah, Walker's not feeling too good after that one.
Yeah, that was ribs, kidney area there too. Just shaking his head. He's a baseball player. There's no crying in baseball. He's fine.
Interesting pickoff attempt there from Fowler. Walker was about 4 steps off the bag. Not a big lead at all. Big lead now. Line drive, second base. That's going to be caught. Walker's going to be doubled up there. It's an unfortunate situation for Pope and Walker alike. It's going to be a 4 unassisted double play. And in 1 pitch, quickly 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, Walker was already going. He thought that ball was getting through the outfield. But nope. Not a chance there. Good play there by Becker to quickly grab that one and recognize the open bag.
It's going to bring up the catcher, Damon Harris. First pitch to him. Bends out of the way of that one. And he is an interesting player to watch, Tyler.
Yeah, I know him. He had a little equipment manager stint for the men's Division II ACHA hockey team. About 3 weeks there for him.
That next one tapped back to the mound. Fowler fields, falls down, still makes a strong throw to first to retire Harris on the tag. So once again, the Bulldogs threaten but do not score. We've played 4 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead this one 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball here at Adrian College TV.
Ten years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear, happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter of ACTV, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, top of the 5th inning being set to be played here. Colton Hicks back out for another inning of work. First batter he faced last inning was Noah Momond. Allowed a leadoff double there, but struck out the next 3 Eagles. And now the catcher currently in the game, Damon Harris, finally gets his gear on. We're getting ready for the warm-up throw here. If you were curious about the lineup card situation, I believe I'm fully caught up. It is Nate Linder in for Tyler Hall, Carson Meister in for Brock Hudick, Andrew Walker in for Isaac Jermu, Luke Pope in for Corwin Allen, and Damon Harris in for Adam Lashaway. I believe that's correct. Nope, we're not quite there. Javier Rosa Franco in for Ty Perrin.
There you go.
Cup
it up for you.
I think we got it. First pitch, called strike, center cut fastball to Matthew Price. Price struck out back in the second. That was off of Neuenkirchen. Hicks quickly into the windup once again. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball. Gets away from the catcher Harris. Anytime you get a 9-1 ball game, especially so early on, it's a little strange to see, 18 straight outs without a run?
Yep.
That's a very strange thing after all the scoring early. It's the 1-1. It's a fastball, misses below the knees. It's going to be 2 balls, a 1 strike now to the Eagle right fielder.
Yeah, especially after that first inning, we thought we were going to see a lot more runs, and it's been scoreless the last 3.
2-1. Hicks blows the fastball by Price. Top of the zone there. Price way late, way underneath it. It's going to move things. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hicks shakes, gets the one he wants. Glove comes up. Comes down once again. He's in the motion. Turns, kicks, fires. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called on the outside edge. Hicks gets his 4th consecutive strikeout here. Quickly 1 away here in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, he's been an absolute machine ever since that leadoff double. He's locked in, and boy, oh boy, there is nothing the Eagles can do right now to get the bat on the ball.
It's going to bring up Jacob Zawitt. First pitch to him, fastball called, strike, outer edge. Man, Hicks is just pumping strikes in right now. I mean, if you're an Eagle, you got to be ready to swing the bat right now.
For sure. I mean, especially with that outer edge pitch that he's been going back to time after time, you're just going to have to know it's coming.
0-1 breaking ball just above the zone. Not a big strike zone in Zawitt. Get another Eagle with a bit of a smaller stature in the batter's box. You're always going to have a smaller strike zone compared to someone who's bigger in size. So the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Hicks into the windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball called. Strike outside corner once again. Hicks is just throwing that pitch and painting it every single time he needs it. As a result, the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glove comes up as Hicks gets the sign he wants. Goes into the motion, turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a tap foul, sent off the facing of the stands here. First base side. Looked like, I believe that was the changeup from Hicks. Didn't have a ton of horizontal movement. But it was certainly something off speed. However, Zawitt somehow still late on that one. Just kind of fights it off, buys himself another one. So here comes the 1-2 from Hicks once again. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. It was a fastball at the letters. Hicks blew it by him. 5 straight Ks from the Bulldog lefty.
Just playing absolutely unreal right now. Keeping the Bulldogs, just keeping this score 9-1.
So now with 2 out in the inning, it's going to bring up Jaden Marinzik. First pitch from Hicks. Swinging a tapper down the third base line. Hicks got to go a long way. Sliding stop. Not going to have a play there. As Hicks made a nice athletic play getting there. Drew Walker has to help him up. So not the hardest ball we've seen hit today, but it's going to count just the same as some of the other one. It's going to be an infield single here with 2 away. It's going to turn the lineup over for his brother Ethan Malinzik.
You're seeing currently a little bit of drizzle onto Nicolay Field so far, so maybe that's a little bit of play here.
So not a ton of rainfall, something you can definitely play through. As Hicks comes set, no leadoff from the runner at first. First pitch breaking ball misses well above the zone. Hicks frustrated with himself after that one. I mean, it's hard to be frustrated with yourself after you've just struck out 5 straight hitters.
I mean, sometimes you are your biggest critic, and he wanted to make that play, and he couldn't do it.
1-0 fastball down in the zone, in and out of the glove of Harris. That's kind of a pitch that if Harris is able to kind of stick that one, kind of beat it to the spot and hold it, it's a call you might be able to get, especially in a 9-1 ball game. Unable to do it there. Count is 2 balls, no strikes. Hicks comes set. Here's the pitch. Changeup called. Strike outside corner. Harris drops another one. It's going to be 2 balls, 1 strike. Anytime you see a catcher drop a ball, there's a variety of ways it could happen. It's usually a timing thing. Harris hasn't caught Hicks a ton this season, so maybe not on time with his pitches right now, but as we see this one progress, we'll likely see that improve. 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Half-hearted swing, a sword from Marinzik. It's going to be 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was a great up-and-in fastball there as the left-handed hitting Marinzik really just stands right over the plate. That right elbow of his actually over the plate. So Hicks comes set, ready for the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses well away. It's going to load things up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So the runner on first, his brother Jaden Marinzak, will be running on the pitch. Has had no lead this entire at-bat, so here's the pitch. Fastball misses above the zone. It's going to be a walk for Ethan Marinzak. So 2 on, 2 out. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Aaron Becker. Becker 0 for 2 in this one. Grounded out the third his first at-bat. Struck out back in the third. It's going to be his first time facing Hicks in this one. They've matched up before, as both players are upperclassmen, so they've matched up before. However, at the NCBA level, really no info on batter versus pitcher matchups. But, this is a guy, Eastern Michigan, always a solid team, and Becker been in the middle of that order the last couple of years, so likely some history between these two. 1-0 from Hicks, fastball in the dirt. See the rain really starting to pick up here. Hicks asking for a new ball. So, with the rain like this, I'm not sure how much longer this one's going to progress. So I don't have a look at the radar right now, but looking at the clouds, not really seeing too many gaps in the clouds right now. Maybe a little bit down the third base side. As looking at the radar, looks like things are largely clearing up. And then around 8 o'clock, we're going to really get hit here in Adrian. As that pitch misses, 3 balls, no strikes. So I'd have to imagine we get maybe 2, possibly 3 innings in this one. But if we're already getting rain here, tough to say how much longer we get. 3-0, fastball misses down in the zone. Back-to-back walks. It's going to force a mound visit here from head coach Josh Knorr. And while they do that, we're going to take a short break, but don't go anywhere. You're watching Club Baseball.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth.
Welcome back. We just missed the first pitch there to Noah Mammon. Swung through the fastball on the outer edge. So after an infield single and back-to-back walks with 2 away, Eagles threatening to score here. They have them loaded with 2 outs and their 3-hitter at the plate. Hicks works out of the stretch. 0-1, here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung foul down the left field line. Mammon was on that one. It looked like the slider from Hicks started middle of the plate, finished outside corner. Mammon waited back a little bit too long on that one. As a result, fouls away. Count is no balls, 2 strikes. Hicks looking for his 6th strikeout of the ball game. He comes set here. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes, but with the fastball on the outer edge, Hicks gets his 6th strikeout of the outing. The Eagles threaten but do not score. We've played 4.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs still lead this one 9-1. You're watching Club Baseball.
10 years ago, Adrian College Television set out on a mission to bring the excitement, the passion, and the unforgettable moments of Bulldog athletics to fans everywhere. From the field to the court, from nail-biting finishes to championship victories, ACTV has been there to capture it all.
Yeah, Jordan Spear. Happy birthday, buddy. I'm sure.
This year, we celebrate a decade of dedication, 10 years of innovation, teamwork, and delivering the energy of Adrian College straight to your screen. Here's to the next chapter at ACTVB, because at Adrian College, the story is just beginning.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 5th inning being set to be played. Nolan Fowler back out. He's thrown 3 straight scoreless innings in relief, looking for a 4th here. And leading off the Bulldogs, looks like it's going to be Javier Rosa Franco. Rosa Franco, a guy who takes, I'm going to call him professional at bats. Sees a lot of pitches, goes deep into counts. Does have some swing and miss in the bat, but also a good amount of pop. As he'll see the first pitch here from Fowler. Kind of that cut fastball, outer edge, called strike. Because that's a pitch we've seen Bulldogs swing at so far, but Rosa thought about it, held the swing up. It was a strike anyways. But even if he swings, probably not doing much with it. 0-1, swing and a miss. Looks like that same kind of cut fastball on the outer edge. It's going to be no balls, 2 strikes to the now Bulldogs second baseman. Fowler quickly into the motion again. Here it is. Swinging a line drive down the shortstop off the chest of Marenzik. Not going to have a play. Rosa Franco going to reach. Going to have to imagine it's going to be scored an error. It's going to be another error. Sorry, it was Zawit, the shortstop. My apologies to Marenzik.
It's probably the second or third error from Zawit that we've seen today so far. And just a couple of bobbles on the throws, but this time it was just trying to get the ball.
I mean, it was a hard hit ball, but a play that you certainly expect a shortstop, to make more often than not. It's kind of that cut fastball on the outer edge. Rosa Franco kind of rolled over a bit, but still hit it very hard. It was a waist-high hop. Definitely a play as a wit. I'm sure if you ask him, he's going to say, yeah, I got to make that play. So step off here, throw over to first. Rosa Franco back in easily as Carson Meister is getting his first at-bat of the game. I believe he came in for the center fielder, Brock Hudick. So we're at the top of the Bulldog lineup. Count is 1-0 to him. Here's the pitch. Rosa Franco running. Pitch is called strike. Throw down to second base. Not in time. Rosa Franco gets the stolen bag. He had a great jump there. Picked a good pitch to run on. Counts to be 1 ball, 1 strike to Carson Meister.
Yeah, it's great, too, because now you have a runner in scoring position with 0 outs as well, so a sac fly to move him up to third would be beautiful right now.
Next pitch, breaking ball, called, strike. Meister can't tell if he didn't like the call or if he thought he should have swung at that. I'm going to lean towards the latter on that. Very hittable breaking ball there in the middle of the plate. Watched it go by. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And called strike 3. Umpire given the chalk at this point of the game with the rain and the score being where it is. Meister falls victim to it. It's going to be 1 away in the inning as Meister goes down looking. It's going to bring up Jack Florig now for his 4th plate appearance of the day. Spin throw to second base. Rosa Franco back in easily. So Florig on the day, 1 for 3, singled back in the back in the first. That drove in that drove in a run. It was the second at bat of the first inning. It drove in a run. Later came around and scored. Rosa Franco, big jump to at third, but Florig swinging on the pitch, put a great swing on it, put it over the Bulldog bullpen in left field. However, it's still going to be strike one.
Rosa Franco had a great jump there. Easily would have made it to third if that wasn't fouled off.
Franco jumping off a second again. Next one, going to foul off of the foot of Florig. It's going to move things 0 balls, 2 strikes to the current Bulldogs center fielder. As after Meister came in for Hudick, Florig slid over from left into center. You got to think we're going to see Rosa Franco take off again here from second base. He's had a couple great jumps already. Dancing off second again. Next one to Florig. Breaking ball misses inside. Man, Florig really stayed on that pitch a long time. A little bit thankful that it ended up breaking inside. Just great hands there by Florig, able to lay that one off. For the 1-2, another throw down to second base. This one a little bit closer. Rosa Franco still back in. It was good timing right there by the Eagles. Seen that a lot where if the timing's not there, you'll see that throw going to center field. But timing was great there. However, Rosa Franco able to get back in easily. 1-2 to Florig. Fastball in the dirt. Good stop by Malinzak. It's going to even things up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jesse Leyva waiting on deck for the Bulldogs. But Florig looking to get himself his second RBI of the game here with the speedy Rosa Franco on second base. He's going to call time at home once again. We've already seen that from Florig, I believe a pair of times in this one. As Fowler forced to step off. Now he's back on. He comes set. Ready for the 1-2. Sorry, the 2-2. Goes into the motion. Here it is. Breaking ball. Leaked at arm side. Misses outside. Going to be 3 balls, 2 strikes out there to Florig. You know, with the rain falling here at Nicolay Field, a little bit tougher, you know, grip the baseball, find your footing out there on the mound. Can't imagine this one goes on too much longer. 3-2, misses down in the dirt. Florig works a walk. Ball gets away. Rosa Franco moves into third base. Florig content with staying on first. Bulldogs have him on the corners with 1 away.
That was great eyes by Florig there. Fought off an 0-2 count to get 4 straight balls for a walk. It's the second time that Fowler has done that the past couple of innings. You would like to have that one back for sure, being up 0-2 right away.
It's going to bring up Jesse Leyva now, 2 for 3 in the ball game. Every ball he's hit has been hard hit. First pitch just misses inside. Florig easily takes second base. So now Bulldogs have them second and third. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th as they lead it 9-1. Fowler comes set. First, or another one to Leyva. That one's going to get by the catcher. Rosa Franco heading home. He will score. Florig moves into third base. Bulldogs get their 10th run of the ballgame. First time they've scored since the first. It is now 10-1.
And just another wild pitch. We haven't seen much of those since the first inning. And that one, nice easy one just to be scored for the Bulldogs. They increase their lead now to 9.
Count now 2-0 to Leyva. Here's the pitch. Swinging a tap back to the mound. Barehanded play by Fowler. Strong throw to first. And Leyva is retired on a nice play by Nolan Fowler.
Yeah, he was able just to pick that one up quickly with a nice little slide, and it kind of got up on him a tad bit. And he decided to go with the bare hand grab and a quick throw over to first to get the second out, and he's trying to get out of this inning only down by 9.
It's going to bring up Nathan Linder, his first plate appearance of the game. He was part of that mass substitution for the Bulldogs. His first pitch to him, breaking ball behind his back. The catcher, Malinzak, able to slide over and get it. Florig was ready to take off, though. So looking down on the Bulldog bullpen, more action. Looks like Carter Arbuckle warming up down there. 1-0, fastball misses inside. You know, after all these pitches inside, you know, you're starting to wonder how much longer is this one going to go on. Every pitcher in this game just losing control as the rain continues to fall, making everything just wet and slick out there. Has no problem on that one as the 2-0 finds the inside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Linder. So Fowler comes set, and Linder trying to get an RBI here with 2 away. Here's the pitch. That one's going to be fouled down the right field line and well out of play. It's going to move things 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fowler able to get the fastball in on the hands of Linder there. Unable to get extended as a result, sends it straight back. So Fowler's set. Checks on Florg at third. Here's the 2-2 to Linder. Swinging another one. Sent back to the screen. Good battle here by Linder. You know, a guy who doesn't get a ton of plate appearances, but, you know, always looking to help out the team however he can, and he's doing that here by seeing pitches. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fowler comes set. Checks on Florg at third. Goes into the motion. Here's the 2-2 to Linder. And called strike 3. Breaking ball at the top of the zone. Catches Linder looking. And that's going to do it here in the 5th. Bulldogs score our first run of the game since the first inning. They now lead at 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here at Adrian College TV.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 6th inning here for the Eagles. It's going to be 4-5-6. That's Holden Gates, Marcel Coudray, and Miles Paddock. Nolan Fowler, not Miles Paddock. So Colton Hicks back out to work for his 3rd inning in relief. First pitch to Gates. Breaking ball down in the dirt. Harris knocked it down but squirted to the left. It's like the rain, still falling out there. Hard to tell how easy it is to pick up on the broadcast. But a lot of puddles kind of starting to form along the edges of this field. Got to imagine we may only have an inning or 2 left. As the 1-0 pops straight up in the air. Leyva shallow left field. Flora coming in calling him off, but Leyva makes the grab out there in shallow left center. Bit of an interesting play there as Leyva went back. Florg and Meister were charging. And Leyva had to go a long way. I'm sure he was just waiting for someone to call him off. Like, come on, guys, call me off. I'm going a long way for this baseball. This is not my play to make.
Yeah, and he also did it so subtle, too, with that catch. He didn't raise his glove at all, and it was literally just right by his knees that he caught that baseball. And at first I thought it dropped, but nope, Leyva made the catch.
So 1 away now. It's going to bring up Marcel Coudray. Hicks in the windup. Here's the first pitch. That one line drive left field. Foul ball into the Bulldog bullpen. Actually a nice play by the guy warming up, Carter Arbuckle, as he was going into his motion because he's warming up down there. He's got a catcher. He's going into his motion, takes a peek, sees the ball going right towards him, stops his motion, puts up the glove, makes the play, and fires a strike into the shortstop Leyva. 0-1, just off the outer edge. A little surprised that one wasn't called a strike. We've seen that one called a few times in this one, but maybe trying to tighten things up now. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Playing a line drive sent foul back to the screen. Hicks and another 2-strike count here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Eagle third baseman. Coudray so far in this one, 0 for 2. Grounded out back in the second and struck out looking back in the fourth. As Hicks has struck out 6 batters in relief. We have not seen him put a ball in play against Hicks that has not been a hit. Here's the 1-2. So going to fly ball. Left field coming in as Meister. He's going to pull up and let this one drop. As the Eagles have a 1-out single here. Man, I just realized I made the wrong comment just about 15 seconds ago. As Holden Gates just popped out to shortstop. And I guess I was only looking at the 4th and 5th innings.
That's a fair one. I mean, you would forget about that.
Now,
Nice play by Leyva to get that ball, though.
These are the things the things you notice in a 10-1 ball game. That one popped up coming in as Davies, but that one's going to head out of play. Davies gets a first pitch strike. Ball comes in from the dugout. We're at the point now where baseballs have become a scarcity. You know, because as soon as anything's hit out of play, it's most likely going to land in a puddle or in the mud, which means that baseball is kind of done for the day. And, you know, there's only so many baseballs present here at Nicolay Field that can be used in NCBA baseball. 0-1 from Hicks, misses above the zone to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Nolan Fowler is awaiting the 1-1 from Hicks. Glove comes down to the waist, into the stretch, the 1-1. Little half-hearted swing, looks like he went. Waiting for an appeal. He's going to point down, and yep, they're going to say he went around there. Counts can move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. It was a good breaking ball from Hicks, started at the knees and just fell off the table. The runner on first, Marcel Coudray, not big at all over there. Not a threat to steal. Hicks comes set, steps off, gives him a courtesy throw anyways. Obviously, Coudray back in easily. That's just Hicks letting him know that, hey, I know you're there. Don't think about trying anything, because I got to catch you or throw you out right now. Here's 1-2 to Fowler. Fastball misses just above the zone there. You know, Fowler looking to swing the bat here. That's already the 3rd time this at bat we've seen him at least offer a check swing. So the backwards K unlikely here. The count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hicks comes set, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, top of the zone. Just misses up. You know, in a 10-1 ball game, you're kind of hoping that's a call you're going to get. Fortunately, that one's just a little bit too high. Doesn't get it. Count's going to run full. May see Coudray run here. No, he's not. And rev up the chainsaw. Fastball on the outside corner. Catches Fowler looking. It's Hicks' 7th strikeout of the outing. And there's 2 away here in the top of the 6th.
I mean, it's just time and time again that Hicks has gone to that outside bottom corner fastball to get that strikeout. And once again, after a long at-bat, he goes back to it and gets another K.
You know, in the rain, you can really commend a pitcher for having the command that Hicks has had so far. You know, especially, we've seen the walks. You know, we've seen a couple pitches hung as the first pitch to Price cut on and missed. But just Hicks' consistency with hitting his spots when he has to. You know, in an 0-2 count, you're okay with spiking a curveball or missing way up with a fastball. But when it matters most, Hicks has been just so dialed in so far. Here's the 0-1, swinging a chopper somewhere to third base. In comes Walker, fields on his right, throw on the run, on a bounce. Going to pull Davies off the bag. Matthew Price going to reach on the infield single there. It's going to be runners on first and second with 2 away.
Yeah, that was just a tough play for Walker to make. Just not a strong enough throw and nor accurate either to get that out. And all of a sudden, the Eagles have something going for them with a runner on first and second with 2 outs.
Luckily for the Bulldogs, it is the 8-hitter here. It's Jacob Zawitt, 0 for 2 on the day, ground out and a strikeout. Struck out against Hicks his last time up. First pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball at the knees there. Zawitt swings through it. As looking at the Bulldog alignment, these outfielders playing fairly deep besides Florigan center is pretty shallow. But if you're an infielder, you just got to make a clean play, step on a bag, and get yourself back in the dugout and out of the rain. 0-1, wave, and a miss from Zawitt once again. Hicks quickly ahead, no balls, 2 strikes in this one. Looking for his 8th strikeout in his relief outing in this one. Likely his last with Arbuckle still warming up down there in the bullpen. As Hicks comes set. Here's the 0-2 to Zawitt. Swing and a miss. Got him out on strikes. Fastball outside corner. 8 strikeouts in 3 innings for Colton Hicks. The Eagles threaten but do not score. We played 5.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead this one 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here at Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Andrew Walker leading things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Nolan Fowler back out there, first pitch. Chop to third base. Throw on to first as a wide one. Walker's going to reach on a leadoff error. And Walker might have hurt himself there. Kind of, once he got past the bag, turned around, kind of limped a little bit. Looks like he's all right. So it's going to be an error on the third baseman, Marcel Coudray. So Walker batting in the 5-spot reach. That's going to bring up Connor Davies, the first baseman, 3 for 3 so far. First pitch, fly ball, right center field. This one may be trouble, but no. On the run, Noah Mammon makes a nice play. Walker forced to retreat back to first. It was a great swing by Connor Davies, but an even better play in center by Noah Mammon.
Yeah, he was able to get a jump on that ball right away and tracked it all the way down, not slowing his stride at all, and it goes right into his glove. Wonderful play by the center fielder.
So 1 on, 1 out. Luke Pope at the dish now. That one's ground ball, second base. Becker fields, throw over to the shortstop. That's all they're going to get there as Walker is retired. Pope is going to reach on the fielder's choice. Still one runner on now with 2 away, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Damon Harris. Harris's last time up. Lined out to the first baseman. First pitch to him here, ground ball, foul down the first base line. You know, really interesting thing about Harris. You know, I have the privilege of being his roommate, so I'm able to have a lot of conversations with him about baseball. If you look at his spray chart, for all the hits he's had this season, they have all been to the right side. He has yet to pull a baseball for a base hit. See if you can do it here. 0-1, breaking ball, called, strike at the letters. Harris probably wanting that one back. Count as no balls, 2 strikes. Pope leading off at first, not a threat to steal, about 2 steps off the bag. Fowler comes set into the motion. Here's the 0-2 to Harris. Breaking ball just off the inside edge, maybe a little bit up too. Counts can move to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, if he's wanting to get back into this at bat, he's going to have a good eye there the whole entire time and get as many balls as he can to get a nice count.
1-2 to Harris. Reaches out for that one. Taps out to second base. Becker fields. Throw on the run to first base is in time to get the catcher, Harris. Bulldogs get a couple base runners via an error and a fielder's choice. However, do not get a man in scoring position. We've played 6 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead this one 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here at Adrian College TV.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
I'm a recent graduate from Michigan State University.
I'm an underwater cinematographer.
So I didn't really decide I wanted to become a pilot till after college.
Jevy is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
Involve yourself as many opportunities that you can.
The number one most important thing is knowing your own weaknesses.
Proper planning.
Breakfast.
It's always something different, something new.
The fact that you can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Elevate your game? At Adrian College, our athletes strive for excellence on and off the field. Get involved in over 50 student clubs and organizations where your passions meet purpose. With innovative programs and personalized learning, our academics are designed to ignite your future. Experience vibrant student life, where community and connection shape your college journey. Adrian College, where you belong. Apply today and become part of the Bulldog family.
Welcome back. Top of the 7th inning here in Nicolay Field. Bulldogs been in control of this one the entire time. We have a new pitcher for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Carter Arbuckle. Arbuckle comes into play with an ERA of 4.4, a 1.4 whip. Looking at the walks to strikeouts, 19 strikeouts to 6 walks, as the towering righty has some elite stuff. First pitch, fastball outside corner, called strike. That was to Ethan Molenzik. No, this is Jaden Morenzik. Apologies. Both left-handed hitters. Next one fouled straight back over the facing of the stands in third base. Gonna move the count to no balls, 2 strikes. As Colton Hicks' day is done. He's really been the story for the Bulldog pitching. I mean, 3 innings of work in the bullpen, 8 strikeouts for him. 0-2 from Arbuckle. Fastball yanks it inside. Harris with the dive attempt, couldn't get there. Give me 1 ball, 2 strikes.
And he almost kind of crawled over that ball trying to get to it in time, but not able to do so. New ball in the hand.
Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Jaden Morenzak. Pitch from Arbuckle. A little half-hearted swing, able to get enough of it to send it foul down the third base line. Looked like, I want to say that was the knuckleball from Arbuckle. I had the privilege of catching Carter a few times. Got a fastball, curveball, knuckleball mix primarily, and when that knuckleball's on, it is devastating. 1-2, breaking ball, rev up the chainsaw, strike 3, called on the outer edge, catches Jaden Moranzak looking. Arbuckle picks up where Colton Hicks left off. 1 batter, 1 strikeout for the Bulldog righty.
Yeah, the bullpen has been just the name of the game so far for the Bulldogs. The hitting for the Eagles has struggled throughout this whole entire day.
Now, Tyler, I'm not sure why you said that, because
Yeah,
the next pitch from Arbuckle, I'm going to say it was just a bit outside.
I feel like it got away from him just slightly. Maybe some rain, as we have some fans in the foul territory on the left side putting up their umbrellas.
The 1-0 fastball center cut, swung on and missed from Ethan Molanzak. Molanzak is 1 for 1 with 2 walks so far in this one. Been on base all 3 times. Really been the only offense so far from these Eagles today. 1-1 to him. Swing and a miss. Good fastball there from Arbuckle. Counts can move to 1 ball, 2 strikes. So Arbuckle in position for another strikeout here. Looking to get the guy that no other Bulldog has been able to retire today. Goes into the motion. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses just below the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the Eagle catcher. So Arbuckle quickly back onto the mound. Glove, chin high. Gets the one he wants. Turns, kicks, fires. Here's the 2-2. Swinging a foul ball, send down the third base line. Well out of play. It's going to move the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. If Malinzak were to reach, Aaron Becker would be next, and likely an RBI opportunity, at least the runner on first base, ball in the gap, anything can happen. So 2-2 now. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him out on strikes. Well, with the high fastball there, sits down Ethan Malanzak, strikes out both of the Malanzak brothers back-to-back, 2 away in the inning.
Yeah, it was a great response after that first pitch that kind of got away from him. He fought back to get into the account and gets another strikeout for the Bulldogs.
It's going to bring up Aaron Becker now. Becker 0 for 2 with a walk in this game. First pitch, curveball, misses above the head of Becker. Has to duck down to avoid getting hit by that one. You know, in a close ball game, that might be one you kind of stand in there and take one for the team. In a 9-run ball game in the 7th inning, in the rain, that's not one I'm willing to take. Next one, that one's going to deflect off of Arbuckle. Walker may have a play, and he won't. And now all concern is going to be on the pitcher, Carter Arbuckle, as that one got him pretty flush in the leg there. It was a hard-hit ball by the Eagles' second baseman. Now Arbuckle's smiling on the mound. Looks like we're good here. He's kind of walking around. Doesn't seem to have a limp or anything. As he went with the fastball outside, Becker kind of beat it right into the ground. And, you know, Arbuckle, he's a big dude out there. You know, he's about 6'3", 200-plus pounds. I mean, the guy's a unit out there. It's going to take a lot for him to come out of a baseball game. And a baseball, too, it looked like the calf of Arbuckle simply isn't going to do it. Simply kind of waves off head coach Josh Knorr. So 2 away in the inning. It's going to bring up the 3-hitter Noah Momond after the infield single from Aaron Becker. Now has to work out of the stretch, comes set, checks the runner. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball in the infield. Rosa Franco behind the second base bag will put the squeeze on it, and that's going to do it for the top of the 7th inning. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Arbuckle. Does allow the hit, but does not allow a man in scoring position. We've played 6.5 here at Nicolay Field. Bulldogs lead at 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here at Adrian College TV.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus visit.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field, bottom of the 7th inning being set to be played here. Nolan Fowler back out for another inning of work. This will be his 6th. You know, came in the bottom of the 2nd inning where he replaced Miles Padgett after he allowed a 9 spot in the top of the 1st. You know, ever since head coach Josh Knorr, made the mass substitution, this Bulldog offense has gone quiet. See if that changes here in the 7th. It's going to be Javier Rosa Franco leading things off for the Bulldogs. So Fowler's still working out of the stretch. First pitch to Franco, showing bunt, gets it down the third base line, but it's going to roll foul. I do not know how Rosa Franco made contact with that bunt. That ball was directly at his face. If he does not make contact with that bunt, he's currently laying on the ground after taking it to the face.
You're completely correct there, Remy.
Here's the 0-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen. That one is sent at our face. However, we have the net there, and then what is this, a plexiglass? I think that's what it is. Whatever it is. In our face. Now, dual layers of protection up here in the booth. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a fly ball sent down the right field line. That was going to head out of play down near the visitors' bullpen down there. Got a pretty good swing on that one. Likely off the plate there. Wouldn't have been a called strike, but close enough to where he's got to put the bat on it. Does it there. Count's going to be no balls, 2 strikes. The Bulldogs shortstop. Fowler into the motion. Here's the 0-2. Fastball up. Misses above the letters. Count's going to move 1 ball, 2 strike. Carson Meister waiting his turn on deck. I mentioned before, a pretty good crowd here at Nicolay Field. Most of that crowd has stuck around even through the rain and the rapidly dropping temperatures. 1-2, breaking ball misses down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Another good at-bat here from Javier Rosa Franco.
So on that last pitch from Fowler, he kind of slipped on his release a little bit. It's that slick area 4 on the turf.
Here's the 2-2. Another fastball yanked down and away from the Eagle righty. After falling behind, no balls, 2 strikes, Javier Rosa Franco going to work this one back to full. Looking to get another leadoff base runner here for the Bulldogs. Here's the pitch. Half-hearted swing. They're going to say he went around. Franco goes down swinging to lead off the 7th inning. He's going to turn the lineup over for Carson Meister.
And it's an unfortunate swing there from Franco because that ball was out and low. He just held on to that for a split more second. He would have easily seen that was going to be a ball all the way.
First pitch to Meister, fastball misses down and in. Seen a lot of fastballs from Nolan Fowler. Kind of has an awkward arm slot and finish. These Bulldogs just simply not picking them up. Here's the 1-0 to Meister. Swing and a miss. Pitch in a similar spot. Looked like he actually got a piece of that one. Might have caught a piece of the catcher, Ethan Moranczak. He's going to jog down the third base, have a little chat with Josh Knorr. It's more of a courtesy to the catcher, Moranczak. It looked like it got him either in the leg or in the foot. No matter where it got him, I can tell you from experience, it's not fun taking a foul tip.
Definitely not, especially if it hits somewhere that's not protected as well.
The count is 1-1. Here's the pitch to Meister. That one's going to be tapped to the mound. Fowler fields. Nobody at first base. It's going to be a foot race. And the pitcher, Fowler, is going to win that one. 2 up, 2 down here in the 7th inning for Nolan Fowler. It's going to bring up the center fielder, Jack Florig.
Fowler's done really well at coming in from the second, only giving up 1 run throughout those innings.
So Flora comes in 1 for 3 with a walk so far. First pitch, fastball misses well outside. Good sliding grab by the catcher, Molinzak. So Florig, another senior in this Bulldog lineup. I want to remind you, tune into that game on Sunday against Hillsdale. It's a senior day for these Adrian College Club baseball Bulldogs. Should be a great matchup in that one. Looking ahead, I believe we have good weather for now. It is Michigan in April, so you never know. But it looks like so far we have good weather. 2-0 to Florig. Misses well out of the zone. Man, since that first inning, we really just haven't seen any emotion from either team. Not a lot of smiles, not a lot of frowns, just kind of coasting through this one. 3-0, center cut fastball called. Strike, 3 balls, 1 strike now to Jack Florig. Looking for his second knock of the day and looking to pass the baton here in the 7th inning to Jesse Leyva. Here's the pitch to Florig. Swing a ground ball right side. Fielded by Becker at second. Throw over to Gates at first. And Florig is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nolan Fowler. We've played 7 here on Nicolay Field. Bulldogs still lead this one 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
I don't think that's allowed.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Top of the 8th inning. We have a substitution for the Bulldogs. Damon Harris's day is done behind the dish. Dakota Clift in the ball game here. Throw goes down from him. Carter Arbuckle back out for his second inning of work. Looking around the diamond, doesn't look like we have any changes. As I'm correct in saying that, we have no more defensive changes outside of the swap at catcher. So Clift is going to slide into the 8-hole in the lineup. As for the Eagles, it's going to be Holden Gates leading things off here in the top of the 8th. Arbuckle works from the windup. Here's the first pitch to Gates. Playing a fly ball sent well foul down the right field line into that construction site down there. Looks like the rain here at Nicolay Field has largely stopped. You know, maybe a raindrop here and there, but for the most part, it's stopped for now. Have to imagine we end up finishing this game as we're already in the 8th inning here. No reason to really stop this one. Next one, another fly ball down the right field line, pretty much the same spot as Arbuckle went back to the fastball in the outside corner. It's going to move the count to no ball. It's 2 strikes to the Eagles' first baseman. So Arbuckle gets the sign he wants. Goes into the windup. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a tap foul. Third base line. It's going to stay foul as Walker scoops it up and airmails the throw back to Arbuckle. Man, I talked to Drew today, and I told him I wasn't going to say anything negative about him. So I'm going to keep it that way.
Maybe he was just making the play to first.
He's getting reps in wherever he can.
Yeah, exactly. Getting some throws in, making sure his accuracy is the same.
Here's the 0-2 once again. Breaking ball misses well above the zone. Count's going to move to 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Holden Gates, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Pair of strikeouts and a pop-up back in the 6th inning. At risk of the hat trick here. Arbuckle gets a sign into the windup. Here's the 1-2. Rev up the chainsaw. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Arbuckle gets another strikeout here in this outing. It's his 4th. And it is Gates' 3rd strikeout of the game. 1 away here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, that's another well-placed pitch. We've seen it throughout this whole entire game. Just the pitcher being able to find the right spot. And again, another K.
And that popped up. Looks like we got a broken bat. Rosa Franco coming in. Sliding makes the grab. Marcel Couteret swinging a wood bat here. Caught it off the handle. Arbuckle, too much velo. Makes some firewood. Rosa Franco makes the sliding grab in the process. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, that one kind of fooled him for a second. He thought he was going to be in the right spot, and then all of a sudden you realize how short that pop-up was. They made a nice play to grab it.
Sorry, Couteret just snapped the bat over his knee as he headed back. That one's out to Walker. Nice play. Throw on to Davies, and the side is retired here in the 8th inning. 1-2-3 inning for Arbuckle. Had some great defensive plays. Had some firewood. A little bit of everything here. We've played 7.5. Bulldogs still lead this one 10-1. You're watching Club Baseball here on Adrian College TV.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life, a time of significant growth, introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and opportunity. A time that you will always look back on as special years. Never experienced before you arrived today and never replicated after you graduate.
Welcome back to Nicolay Field. Bottom of the 8th inning being set to be played. It's going to be the 3-hitter Jesse Leyva leading things off for the Bulldogs here. Now, we never want to talk about mercy rules, but the Bulldogs have been within one run of a mercy since the bottom of the 5th inning, and we're one base runner away from doing it. First pitch to Leyva, fastball down in the dirt. Now, I could be wrong. I haven't played NCBA baseball since November, but I believe that it is a 10-run lead after 5 innings. So the Bulldogs have been one run away from a mercy for 3 innings now. So they're looking to end things here, save an inning of pitching. Here's the 1-0 to Leyva. Swinging a ground ball, third base. It's going to be booted by Couteret. Might still have a play. Throw to first is in time. First baseman Gates able to stay on the bag as the throw kind of pulled him away. And Leyva hit one hard, but unfortunately for him, it found a glove. There's one away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Couteret making a nice play after the bobble originally and knew he had to throw that one hard over to first. Luckily got just in time. The runner was able to get there.
He's going to bring up Nathan Linder. First pitch to him. Fastball misses well above the zone. Going back to that swing from Leyva. Leyva smoked it. He caught a barrel. Fortunately for him, hit it on the ground. So even after the bobble, Leyva not a ton of speed going down the line there. So a lot of time for the third baseman to make a play. That one blooped into center. It's going to get down for a base knock for Linder. Kind of caught it off the end of the bat just a little bit, but able to get enough muscle behind it to drop it in front of Mottman in the center. The Bulldogs get themselves a one-out hit here in the bottom of the 8th.
That's what they needed to possibly get that mercy rule like you were talking about. Maybe we can see some speed out of Linder. A possible steal coming up soon.
Definitely likely here. Andrew Walker steps in once again. First pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Fowler gave him the first pitch breaking ball. Walker pulled off on it. As a result, swung over the top. Counts can move. No balls, 1 strike. Linder, generous lead over there at first base. Pickoff throw. Linder back in easily. Not even a tag attempt from Holden Gates over there. He's back out to that aggressive lead over there on first. It's Walker 0 for 1 with a walk so far. He's bunt attempt. And a bit of an ugly bunt attempt at that. Was a high breaking ball. Walker opts not to pull back. Instead kind of stabs at it. Counts can move to no balls. 2 strikes to Walker. Fowler comes set. Check on Linder once again. This one a tad bit closer. Linder's still back in fairly easily. So the count remains. No balls, 2 strikes. The Bulldog third baseman. Linder running. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a line drive. Base hit right field. Linder around second base. He'll head there. The ball goes onto the right fielder's glove and all the way to the wall. Linder's going to come in and score. The hit and run works to perfection. And that's going to do it here from Nicolay Field. It took a little bit longer than what we expected, but the Bulldogs finally get enough runs to clinch the mercy here today. They're going to take this one by a score of 11-1. Now, outside of that giant first inning, the bats didn't do much. So for me, the story was all about the relief pitching today. I mean, listen to these lines from these relievers. Colton Hicks threw 3 innings in relief, 3 hits, 2 walks, but 8 strikeouts. Carter Arbuckle, 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 3 strikeouts. And even Matthias Neuenkirchen, who started this one, 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 run, 0 earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. The pitching was excellent. The bats, on paper, put up 11 runs. What a game. What a great team effort from the Bulldogs today as they get the W.
No, I think what it took, you saying on air that we needed a mercy rule, and we got it finally. This game is finally over.
As a believer in the announcer's jinx, I'm glad to say that I think we finally found the reverse announcer's jinx. Our director, Alex Herman, was very appreciative after Andrew Walker comes in the clutch there, executes the hit and run to perfection. The right fielder, Price, misplays it in right field. As a result, Linder able to come in and score. So your final score from Nicolay Field in this one, 11-1 Bulldogs. They play next on Sunday against Hillsdale. That is senior day. Don't miss it. I have been Remington Gilniak alongside Tyler Ackerman. Bulldogs get the win. Don't forget to tune in Sunday. Good night from all of us at Adrian College TV.